breaks into Ogun police cell, set 2 suspected ritualists ablaze. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to be the first to get notified when we upload hot, juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Pandemonium broke out in Ogun in the Yewal North local government area of Ogun State on Saturday, when a mob broke into police station cell, took away 2 suspected ritualists and burned them to death. This is actually traumatizing. Yes, they are ritualists who are suspected ritualists. I don't know what made the mob do this, but jungle justice is never and will never be the right thing to do. 2 wrongs does not make a right. Yes, people that are going to come out and say, oh, at the end of the day, police officers, they don't handle the case well. It will be a case of, the highest, the ritualists will pay off them. On. Let them not forget, like they call them suspected ritualists, not ritualists. Except we are going to hear now that these people have actually, they're not suspected, they are not suspects now. They are actually real ritualists and they have evidences against them. Let's find out the news in detail. Please stay with us. The incident occurred shortly after the news filtered into town that 2 persons were arrested with fresh human parts and have been detained by the police in Ogun. An eyewitness who identified himself simply as Olekeye told a correspondent that the 2 suspects, Idowu Afolabi and Johnson Adebi, were caught by some youth in the area with fresh human parts. Olekeye said the youth has handed them over to the police in Ogun, who promptly detained them. The situation, however, changed when some youth assembled and marched to the police station, demanding that the suspect be released to them. Olekeye said the police refused to release the suspect to the youth, which angered the youth. The youth were angry with the decision of the police, who said they wanted to investigate the allegation against the suspect. They forcefully entered into the station, took the suspect out of the cell, and burned them to death in front of the police station. When contacted, the police public relations officer in the state, Abimbola Oyeyemi, confirmed the incident. Oyeyemi said, yes, it is true. We will issue a release tomorrow on the incident. First of all, how do the police stand by? How did the police stand by and this happened? Then don't get me wrong. I am not even advocating for these people though. But at the end of the day, they should have just allowed. Anyway, I don't even know what to say, because in Nigeria here, we all know as Nigerians that any matter that entered police hand, if you're pressed and you run to the police, it is the person who has the highest money that the police will now you look at. They're not going to be judging from who is right and who is wrong lawfully. I am not advocating for jungle justice, but if this kind of act is meted on others who are caught in it, this nonsense will stop with immediate effect. You will only know the pains these ritualists have caused if you're a victim. I was a victim. They killed my younger brother and my heart is still bleeding. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that, sincerely. I'm really, really, really sorry. Yes, that is because an injustice everywhere is a threat to injustice everywhere. They are sure justice won't be served. The legal system is a failed one. I said it. This is the reason why those youths came out. I'm not in any way saying what they did is actually right. But they know for sure that tomorrow, give them highest 2-3 days, those people are out of a cell. You're not going to hear them in court. Nothing. That case will just be closed, just like that. Imagine seeing somebody with human part fresh. They should have questioned at least. Maybe they would have even gotten to know who's own, so that when the owners will be looking for any of the family members, they can say, oh, so and so thing happened. Though jungle justice is not good, but the Nigerian police force has made itself an institution for the rich and who no man thus making people to lose confidence on them. Inasmuch as I do not subscribe to jungle justice or people taking law into their hands, I wish to say that if you want people to be law-abiding, you should give them a reason to believe they will always get justice. Our judicial system should clean up the act as they have lost their credibility. If these people had believed they would get justice, they would have restricted to this. they would not have resorted to this. They may have witnessed where people of such ilk had handed over to the police only to see nothing come out of it. Well, like I said, everyone is coming out to say this didn't happen because the system has failed them. It is not once or twice where you see or hear somebody is being oppressed. Let's say, for instance, let's say a tenant now. Maybe a tenant is dragged to the police station by a landlord. What happened? They're throwing me out of a house. Okay, the landlord has the right to throw you out of the house. But you're not even going to even find out what happened. You don't care to see, and you don't care to even hear the person's side of the story. Why? Because the landlord himself has already filled or stuffed your pocket with money. It's not so. The only way that in that kind of situation, this situation I'm painting now is going to go free is if the person, maybe there's a higher authority on ground and you have more money to give to the higher authority. That is when you hear the case, and then they will now start saying, oh, we did not know that this is what happened. So people who have now believed that, see, you cannot get justice until you have to, and apart from that, it is not right. No matter what, it is not right, it is wrong. But unfortunately, the system has made monsters out of many of our citizens today. How I wish that those born alive are the real ritualists. Or maybe it's a planned idea between the police and the big guns involved in the incident, in the ritual to burn innocent prisoners over a cover-up. Well, this one is another angle. There is nothing people will not do for money. First of all, I was like, how will police officers stand by and watch people burn? Like, I don't understand. How will police officers who are truly police officers stand by and watch people burn right before their very eyes? Suspects, so that they brought up from their cell. They should look at this story. This particular story needs to be investigated. It needs to. Because even in this good justice of a thing, the way it happens, you will see, let's say for instance, somebody snatched your bag and run, and before you know it, the person who snatched your bag is calling thief. You that is even chasing the person, before you could say Jack Robinson, do you know it will take the grace of God for somebody to say, this person is not the person that is, the person might have snatched the bag, passed it to whoever is going to pass it to, and the person disappears, and the person starts calling thief. And before you know it, the victim is now victimized more. Jungle justice is carried out on the innocent person, so it is very possible as well. Okay,